I'm Brent Fisher, Senior Managing Director at Riveron, and I focus on our technology partnerships, business transformation, and private equity.
Hi, my name is Joe Kelly, Managing Director within our business transformation organization, and cover a lot of our major alliance technology partners.
Joe, tell me about how we partner with our partners. What does that look like? Why do we do it?
Yeah, so I think, look, we've seen in a lot of the clients that we serve that there is a need for an advisory partner that has depth from a technical skill set. So we have folks with CPA backgrounds that are really smart within the technology channels, whether it be NetSuite, OneStream, iRadius, Workiva. They're bringing industry perspective, not only to our clients, but also to our sellers within the OneStream, NetSuite, Workiva partnerships. And what we're bringing is account mapping. We're doing deep go-to-market initiatives to figure out, okay, where are we strong within certain private equities? Where are we delivering great work that can be replicated in other industries or other areas of the business? And we're bringing a value to their sales cycle that I think a wrench-turning firm cannot provide.
Talk a little bit about the value that we bring to our partners.
Yes, we strive in each of the partnerships that we build. We're not here to partner with everyone. We are truly being selective and finding the best in industry, building capabilities around that, and either doing that through training our folks in-house or going out and making a strategic acquisition within that swim lane of software. And I think the value that we're bringing to our partners too is the industry expertise, repetitive clients that continue to pick up the phone and call us. Hey, CFOs, controllers, VP of finances change roles. We're being constantly brought into those conversations when the next tech problem arises.
Yeah. What makes a good partnership with one of these technology firms that we partner with?
We strive to be the number one, not only referral partner to the ecosystems that we work with, but we also want to make sure that we're constantly training and staying on the cutting edge and the front end of our implementation offerings. So folks like Ryan and his team and Tim Andre, who we talked with, we're constantly investing in our people. And I think that's something that a lot of partners don't do. They're more worried about the next implementation, or we're worried about more of how are we going to help solve an industry problem.
I think the value of partnerships is not just, what the software can help our clients do or what we can bring to the partner, but it's really kind of a value chain. If we can help our clients be more successful, bringing them a technology that they don't know about, or being the best in class in a technology that they need help with, yeah. I think that's the value of partnership. And vice versa, if we can help the technology, the software provider with a relationship, an introduction, just navigating maybe a difficult landscape, that's the value that we bring to our partners.
Agreed. I think the biggest thing is that, hey, we don't want to pack our bags after an implementation and walk away. And I think both the client realizes that as well as the software partner that we're working with. And we're showing that value throughout our deliveries in the multiple phases that sometimes these implementations take.
One thing I see us do well in terms of partnerships is we're helping our software providers and our partners expand the conversation. So, it's hard if you're not in working with clients day in and day out to bring real world practical solutions. And, our clients want to hear it from an advisor perspective, not a software seller. We don't sell any software. We don't take anything from that perspective. We're really just trying to get the best situation for our client. And a lot of times that leads into, one thing may have started with Blackline or Workiva or a partnership here, but then it's expanding into other software providers.
Agreed. Yeah, I think there's definitely a tech stack that we've seen within the private equity org that has been competitively constantly called upon.
Yeah.
And that's where we continually double down and invest in our folks and making sure that we're front and center for those implementations and complexities.
Our partners have annual conferences, regional events. How do we support our partners in that?
Yeah, look, I think it's no secret. We want to have our clients be on stage with us speaking at Splash or Suite World or Amplify. Like we want to show that value, and also allows the continuity to continue to build strength within the clients that we serve, as well as with the sellers that we work with on a day in, day out basis.
Joe, you mentioned earlier, we want to be the best when it comes to our partnerships. It doesn't mean we partner with everybody. Yes, we know a lot about several partners and technology firms out there, but strategically we make investments in certain partnerships because we believe it'll bring value to our clients. We believe they're a top tier solution, and we think we can be highly successful together and partnering together. We don't want to be just a partner that says it on our website. We want to be the best.
Agreed.
And we've seen that. We've seen that with our partnership with Drata being number one partner for many, many years. Splash, NetSuite, the awards we've won. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, just recently, so we're now one of the largest NetSuite Alliance partners. We made a recent acquisition in Yantra that's fully integrated, and it's really given us both a global delivery perspective where we're seeing a lot of clients need that. And it's interesting, right? Because some of the clients, yes, that they might be having a NetSuite problem, but they also might be having an EPM issue, which, back to the OneStream perspective, constantly winning innovation awards in that lane. And that's what we want to strive for. I mean, we want to be, Alliance Spotlight Awards from NetSuite to winning multiple, being on stage Emerging Partner of the Year. We're not here to win with everyone. We want to be selective in the folks that we're doing that. And that's where, go on our website, you'll see we're pretty blunt in who we're going to work with.
And there's different motions for different partners, right? There's some partners we're going to build deep capabilities in, and some partners where we're learning more about the solution because it's a tool in our tool belt, or it's something that our clients use, and we need to be staying on top of that. So we have lots of different partnerships, and they come in different forms. And we're always going to be investing in new partnerships and what's on the forefront in terms of technology. We don't let the software dictate who we partner with. We're looking at what's in the market, what are companies adopting, what's cutting edge, what's going to be there in 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years from now. So it's always evolving, wouldn't you say?
I agree. And I think that's why, we have a very strong system selection advisory offering because of that, right? And I mean, you're on the partner advisory board for Rillet now. I mean, we have to continuously stay ahead of it and see where we continually want to build and strengthen teams and invest to serve the next wave of technology that hits the market.
We're an advisory firm with partnerships.
Yeah.
How do you handle that discussion? Maybe a client says, well, are you giving us the best advice in terms of, are you trying to push a certain software?
Now, I think, look, every software that we work with, we are very upfront with every software partnership in the front end, which makes it very easy to communicate that out in the market with our clients. It's very much about what the client needs, the processes that are need to support that, and then putting the technology into play through a thorough upfront design phase, which, sometimes our software reps aren't the biggest fan of that, but we know that that's what's going to be successful to lead to a lifelong success of the client on that tech stack.
Yeah. And clients want us to be the execution arm as well, not just advise us along the way, but where you can you also help us execute and implement this technology? And for certain ones, we've said, yes, we'll do that.
Yep.
So Joe, somebody goes on our website, they see a lot of different partnerships. What does that mean? How do we look at it? Obviously, there's different pillars when you think of go-to-market versus financial reporting versus tax, cyber. They all have different pillars.
Yeah, I think, look, we're looking at each swim lane and figuring out, ERP, these are the ERPs that we're seeing out in the market and working closely with and building capabilities around, NetSuite being no secret, Rillet, et cetera, and Microsoft. And then you continuously go down that channel from an order cash perspective. A lot of companies and industries within the consumer goods space. We saw a lot of high radius in that space, and we built and strengthened capabilities on that. And with their up and coming AI that they've continuously invested in 5 years before this buzzword of AI has been here, we're seeing it being played front and center. And then if you continue to go down that, I mean, look, from an AA perspective, we're seeing Workiva, DFIN. We want to be rangy, but we don't want to be too rangy to where people don't really know what our calling card is and the purity kind of gets watered down.
I think if you go back, it follows a business process. It's focused on middle market companies that are private equity backed. This is the technology they invest in. If you think about an Office of the CFO business application suite, these are the technologies that they're investing in. These are the partners that we have. And then there's kind of horizontal, if you look at Alteryx or Snowflake or Databricks or Microsoft Fabric, right? That just is enabling technology that pieces it all together, right? So we're going to have partnerships with them.
I think the one thing and the beauty of Riveron is that in a lot of the ecosystems that we work with within our software providers is that, hey, we bring an industry expertise paired with a technical expertise, but also because of how much we work within the national private equity and serving many private equities across the country, we're also listening and constantly getting to network and continue to build and listen for the next thing, which then continues to bring value to the current clients that we solve today, and then also continuously growing, upcoming to serve and meeting at Splash, NetSuite, et cetera.
Well, great. Joe, where can they find more information about our partnerships?
Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn at Joe Kelly. Also, please go on our website at riveron.com and go to the partner page and request a reach out form, and one of us will get back to you.